Good morning to one and all present here. I am Gursimran Kaur, your host for today's discussion. And today we are going to talk about the negative impact of new media on youth. Today, as our panelist, we have Dr. Isha Sharma, who is a psychologist by profession, and Aditya Singh, who is an educational content creator. A very warm welcome to both of you. So, Isha, let's start with you. What do you think about this topic?
Good morning, my fellow panelists Aditya Singh and Gursimran. Thanks for inviting me here. So, I really want to speak that yes, new media has a negative impact on our youth, and as the report says, that 8 lakh people take their life away on the daily basis, and one of the main cause we saw is that social media is influencing youth at an alarming rate. And according to Common Sense Media report, the research say that youth or the children between 14 to 17 years of age who use social media for more than 7 hours are more on medications. They had taken more medications for their psychological issues, and the issues mainly are ADHD, stress, anxiety, and another Common Sense Media report says that they had conducted a research for 3 years, and the children were when they were 13. So they had tracked the 3 years record, and they had also found that those children had inadequate sleep pattern. So not only social media is affecting their mental health, but also cyberbullying cases are we can find around us. So around 60% women have had faced cyberbullying, and social media is also making our youth feel insecure about their body. And one of the report by Plan International, in which they had taken survey of 1,000 girls, and 79% of the girls feel insecure about their body, and 50% of the girls want to fit in an ideal shape, which they are influenced by the Instagram. Thank you.
So, now let's move on to Aditya. Aditya, what you think?
First of all, good morning to all the panelists and good morning, good Simran. So, today I would like not to express my views, but some facts against the motion that social media has or new media has a negative impact on our youth. According to me, all these claims are baseless. Social media in today's day and age has transformed into a platform where it has become a dumping ground for everybody to pin blames for everything that's happening around us. Everything bad that's happening around us has been pinned on social media. The allegations at this point are so ridiculous that they are akin to your mom saying, "Oh, what happened? You broke your arm? That's because you're always on the phone." I mean, it's totally laughable. So, let's start with the first alleged ill effects of social media in today's day and age. It has been claimed by my panelists that due to the rise of the popularity of social media and new media, we have seen a rise in rape rates and crime against women, which is again totally baseless. It's just an allegation because it has been debunked by a research conducted by NCBI, which is the National Center of Biotechnology Information. And this research studied the data available over the course of 4 decades, which is 1981 to 2008. During these 4 decades, they studied the trends in rape rates and crime against women and compared it to the availability of pornographic content and soft porn-like content over the internet. And in the end, the researchers concluded that even though there has been a rise in the availability and accessibility of pornography and soft porn-like content, it cannot directly be linked to the rise in rape rates and crime against women when adjusted for population growth using regression analysis. And the key point that I would like to point out here, that they reached on this conclusion even without considering the fact that women might have registered more cases as time progressed, which they might have not registered in the past due to the fear of being ostracized. Let's move on to the second allegation, that social media and games in general lead to violent tendencies in our youth, which lead them to committing heinous crimes such as murders. Although a lot of anecdotal evidence might exist to make this claim plausible, but that is the fact that they are just anecdotes, and anecdotes are exceptions. They are not the status quo. For these exceptions, we can't consider them trends. So this entire bubble that has been created around new media and video games that they lead to violent tendencies has been disproved or debunked by another research which was conducted by the University of Massey, if I remember correctly, which is the University of New Zealand, and it was also published in the Royal Society of Open Sciences. And this research was a longitudinal study which was conducted over 28 samples, which included around 21,000 youth. And this research concluded that even after a longitudinal study over a long period, we cannot pinpoint that video games are the core or root cause which are responsible for the violent tendencies in the youth nowadays. So let's move on to the third allegation. The third allegation is online classes and new media in general has destroyed the work ethic of this generation and has produced poor accommodations. And this claim is again baseless and totally laughable. As we know, year on year, millions of students are cracking competitive exams in our country, and they are doing this by studying from online learning platforms such as PhysicsWallah and Legal Edge, which have produced exceptional results year on year, but still, for some reason, people turn a blind eye to this. So, what can we conclude from this? The thing that we can conclude from this is social media or new media in general is a very powerful platform. It gives us a lot of opportunity to achieve something great. But for some reason, people are hell-bent on making it the devil for all our problems. And in the end, I would like to pose a question to all the panelists here and everybody present over here. Is social media even a problem? Is it the real problem that we should focus on, or the real problem is something entirely different and we are not ready to face the facts, take the blame and accept the reality? With that, I would like to conclude it. Thank you for paying heed to my words. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Aditya, for sharing your views with us. I would like to ask you one thing.
Yeah, sure.
You told us about the violent crimes.
Yeah.
About that, there was a recent case where a 16-year-old killed his own mother because she scolded him for playing PUBG for long hours.
Okay, first of all, as I said, these cases are anecdotal evidence. They're stories from somewhere and some around. Yeah, it has happened. It is a fact that it is true, but it doesn't show that every teenager is doing it. Let's see, for me, I have grown up playing violent games like GTA San Andreas or PUBG or whatnot. I haven't killed my parents. Just because one certain individual did so, it doesn't mean it's a trend. And that has been thoroughly disproved by the study which I quoted in my speech, which was conducted by University of Massey.
So, according to you, what I have received is that it varies from person to person.
Yeah, totally.
It was different for you, it was different for him.
Yes.
So, I have a question for you too as well.
Yes.
My question is very simple. What do you think can be done to solve this problem? You as a psychiatrist, what do you feel that can be done for kids, for children of this age, so that these things don't happen, so that they are safe, they are not harming themselves?
So I really want their parents to keep a watch on what they are watching on their social media platform. Plus, they should spend, the parents should spend time with their kids. They have a conversation with what a kid is suffering from. So they can have
Good communication between parents.
Yes.
Okay. So, what I understood from this debate is the impact of new media is like a coin. It has two sides, both positive and negative. But unlike a coin toss, it's up to us to decide what we want, the negative or the positive. Things can be done to make the negative side more positive. So let's wrap up this discussion here. Thank you.